Where's the coffee? There she is. Oh, precious coffee. See if we can get this light to work. Oh, Fusca's. Ah, lovely. I think you see. Yeah, you see everything. Let's get that wire out of the way. Start off with the old Fusca, I think. They definitely need a... I'm going to try and give them a deep clean. I don't know how well it'll go. Let's have a sip of my coffee first. I'm just going to go grab my other phone as well, so when there's comments, I'll be able to read them. Otherwise, I can't. Might be able to zoom in as well. Oh, yeah! One sec, just grabbing my other phone. Where is it? Oh, there it is, right next to it. Oh, it was anyway. Just a bit of general cleaning and feeding today. Oh, someone just popped off. Just get the old stream up on my phone a sec. I'll make sure it's turned down as well, or we'll get a really bad echo. It's so hard though. Finding your own stream on YouTube is nearly impossible, I swear. How do I do it? There is a way. If I go home and then live, it should show nothing. Oh, it's so annoying. Hopefully it is actually going live, because it says that 2 people are watching. So we're all good anyway. I'll just have to keep peeking at the thing until in a minute it'll be like, yep. Oh, actually I can do a sneaky trick and use the secondary account. Let's use that one. It's gonna hopefully not play ads. Just hit refresh. There we go. Now I can read the comments. Oh, we got echo. Hey Jay. Sorted. Yeah, these are the Fuscas. It's a little bit like, it looks all good, but down here, that's all trash, and I've kind of been putting it off and off and off. But what I'm going to do is take these tubes, put them up. I'm going to give them some new tubes as well, because these ones are grubby as hell. And yeah, fingers crossed, they'll accept them. But they're kind of living like up the sides a little bit as well at the minute. They kind of rejected their house. It's a bit annoying. There's some tubes over here. And somewhere I've got the tube removal tool. I came prepared. Where is it? There it is. This thing is actually quite useful. Let's quickly fill up a couple of tubes there. Is it a bank holiday Monday today? I think it might be. No, happy bank holiday Monday if it is. I have had like every Monday off anyway, so I don't really pay much attention. There's 1 tube, 2 tubes. They've got a piece of paper as well, but they seem to kind of really like their piece of paper. They spend a lot of time hanging around on their paper. I'm kind of reluctant to take it out, because I think if they spray acid and stuff like that, if they're stood on the paper and they do it, the paper will like wick it up, and yeah, it makes it a little bit less harmful. So I'm not really too worried. And they like to kind of hide inside of it sometimes. Let's have a look. I think the queen is... Oh, I think she's actually in the tubes. But I was going to say, sometimes she hides outside in a bit of paper. Hey, Fabio. Or Habio for Mike. And then, hey, Ant Guy. Hey, Ant Wales. Or Ants Wales. Got 2 tubes ready. Stick them in. If I do it really fast, they won't get too annoying. Famous last words. Bam. Lovely. That was smooth. I haven't got any on me. Now I've got to go in and move the other 2 tubes right to the top. I think when I do this, they are going to run around. Oh no. Oh yeah, they go over it. I hate it when they try to escape out the gap in the tube when I'm putting it back in. Every so often you do actually squish one and it's like, no. Wait. There we are. Is that one? No escapees that I've spotted so far. Oh yeah, good idea. Bam. Now I know why they don't put any codes on the cards. Because of idiots like me. Oh, this tube is not moving. Oh, the queen's out. Oh, we're gonna escapee. Go on, off you get. See if Queen's done a runner. I don't know where she's gone. The tube is quickly emptying out though. That's a good thing. They're actually living in the back side of this tube as well. It's a little bit annoying. There it is. Come out. Right at the top. I think they're gonna kind of live in it for quite a while because once they've sealed it up behind the cotton, it actually is quite kind of air, or not airtight, but like the humidity can kind of stay there for months. Like Melasius niger, they live in the back of one of their tubes and it's still like sopping wet, but they haven't actually had water in the tube for like 3 months at least. You can see the pile of rubbish though now. See what I mean? Under that bottom tube, it was tucked away and it was pretty hard to get to. Luckily, I got a scraper. There it is. Oh, I think it's quite a lot of cotton and the odd bit of mealworm. These aren't too bad with the cotton, to be fair. The manica, they're the worst at the minute. Like, they go nuts. The cotton wool gets shredded. I don't know if anyone else has noticed that yet, but they're just so messy in the cotton wool department. Worse than the Tetchmore and Bicarinam. They're pretty bad at shredding cotton. I don't know if I can get it to focus on the rubbish. Oh, no. Nah, but I can spin it. I need to take the bolt out as well. The graveyard is pretty crowded, which is annoying. Oh, get off there. Just stick that up there. Because they're fast ants. If you wiggle it sometimes, they can like jump off really fast and you're left with none, but there's always one. Yeah. Walk on, go on the tweezers. There we are. There we go. Look at that rubbish pile. Let's give it a scrape. Oh, it's not too stuck there. I think I'll go in with some cotton wool after as well. Give it a good little scrape and clean. Oh no, I got an ant then. Oh, run away, little fella. It's trying to bite on. There we are. Just lovely. No ants on my fingers. That's a first. Well, it is now because I took one off the end. Hey, PJ. See if we can get a good angle. Graveyard on what is the actual first bin. I found the prototype earlier, and the first bin is actually 30 milliliter. So I'm just going to use the original bin. They're proper being annoying though. Look at them up in this corner up here. They're like, oh yeah, great place to live, up in the top corner. If it'll focus. Oh, it won't. Oh, there they are. Little trolls. Fingers crossed they use their tube. They've had a hard life. Although I did brew boost them a little bit ago for kind of a mini experiment. See. Because they're all clumped together, you can't really see, but... Oh, there's one. You get the big giant workers. And I think they come from mature colonies because I found a mature colony and I'd seen a giant Formica fusca. So I collected up some of the eggs and chucked them in here, and they've turned out into... Some of them have turned into giant Formica fusca. But I think it's just something they do when they get a little bit older, maybe. Nice water syringe. Need that in a bit. See if the graveyard is packed. It's really annoying. See if I can just pull it out. It doesn't really matter too much. As long as it's loose, I can hoover up as many ants as I want. Everyone get off. That'll do. Hopefully the hoover has enough juice in it. It's well flat last time. Oh yeah, I got Sid's message, PG. Cheers for that. I think I'm going to be getting some more Weaver Outworlds. I was thinking of I'm going to get a cabinet or something soon for me ants to go in. Because, well, my current one's a little bit too small. And I've got it all planned out with like Weavers on this shelf and like Satin Larges on this shelf, Satin Mediums on this shelf, big tanks on this shelf. Oh yeah, I didn't even realise you deleted it, PG, until you told me. Yeah, it makes sense, to be fair. I kind of forget sometimes that your server's not like top secret. And it's not concierge. Let's do a bit of hoovering anyway. Noise alert thing. Oh, I hoovered up one. There's a load down here. I'm gonna. Yep, there's two. He looks a bit messed up. So. Oh my god, that's where they're all. Oh Jesus, I shouldn't have moved the paper. That's where they're all hiding under the paper. I got a little bit more in this graveyard, but. I wasn't expecting that when I moved the paper, but a lot of ants. They all just like ran out at once too, and it's like, oh. Maybe I'll lift up the piece of paper. see what else is under there. To be fair, I need to move it a little bit to the side because I want to go in with some cotton wool just to clean it all up fully. How long is the stream been going to? 15 minutes. I should get a semi-move on because I want to clean all the ants, but... Oh, there's the queenie. Loads of ants on a bit of paper. That can go over there where it's clean. Everybody off the tweezers if you're here. There's a good amount of them now. But I do like the Fusca. People say they're boring, but they're not fully boring. They are quite tricky though, to be fair. They don't seem to want to live in the tubes that much. And yeah, they're just a bit weird. I think as well, it's just the way they are because they're kind of predated on and parasitized or whatever the word is by so many other ants as well. That they've got like PTSD almost as a whole species. They'll live in like the weirdest places so that nobody finds them. That's my theory anyway. I'm sticking by it. Oh, I'm 3D printing just more bins. Because I want one for the yellow crazy ants. To be fair, how far? I've got another one I'll probably use for the yellow crazy ants because they're getting quite big now. Although they're being really good because they're not spreading out again all over the outworld, which was nice. But the upgrade was definitely required. Oh, we got an escapee. Get off my finger. I guess like I don't really care about the size of ants, but if you got big ants, one of the bonuses is you can feel them when they like run around on your hand. With the Tetramarum bigaranatum or the Kerabera diversa, like you can't actually feel them when they're walking around half the time until they like bite you. Whereas the Formicifusca, I definitely felt that one running about. Yes. Do some cleaning. Hopefully they don't get too annoyed. If I make it wet enough, they'll leg it. Then I'll just go around and mop up after. Excuse me, you lot. Hopefully these girls, I think they seem to be enjoying the wet cotton quite a bit, which usually means when you go in with the dry cotton, they'll leave it alone. It seems pretty one or the other with a lot of species. Don't know why. Everything's pretty damp. I can go there. That ant can get off my hand. I'll get him off the tweezers first. Oh no. Can probably zoom out a bit. Yeah. Oh. Gee. Oh, some more left on tweezers. They are good at escaping. If they had spikes, they'd be Polyrhacus, like 100%. Even though they live like on the floor too, they're good at climbing. See if we can do a little mop up. So we're a little bit wet, but hopefully after I've mopped up, they can. Yeah, that one's drying off a bit. A little soaking shouldn't hurt because they get stuck in the rain once in a while. Even the best weather forecast, like you get odd showers, they'll catch out. Although the ants are really good at telling the weather. Right. I think I might need another piece. Get down, you lot. How your blood went? Yeah, I've been quite lucky with mine so far with gassing. Like, they're not super into it. They might get more keen on it now though because I've got some kind of wild caught workers in there. It might stir up a bit of aggression in them because the wild ones are a bit more aggressive. I think these are from Poland. They're quite nice, friendly little ants. Not very polygamous though, because when I tried the polygamous experiment, the other two queens eventually got murked. You get out from the little gap in the tweezers. That's the worst place you can go. I'm holding it open so it doesn't get squished, but it's in a tiny little gap. If you can see it, I don't know. Little sod. Bang it. Oh, come on, get out. There we are. Literal worst place to hide. I think that'll probably do for these today. I need to feed them though. I can't forget that bit. I think the cotton I can leave on the floor. Don't have to really block up the bin a bit. Dirty goddamn. I can go on. Where's their food bowl? Here it is. Where's my milk? I did have everything prepared, but I seem to have like unprepared some stuff. Food. It'll be fine. I do need some scissors though. Everyone else's ants doing all good anyway. To be fair, I've had one fatality, but I'll get to that in a bit. It's quite annoying because I like them. They're one of my favourite looking. Well, in the aesthetic department, they were one of my favourites. But one of the Polyracuses has had an issue. Quickly. Got somewhere around here. There they are. Mario worms. I haven't actually got any brood in here at the minute. It's probably been too cold. They've been at room temperature, but I don't think they're the biggest fans of room temperature. What's that? There it is. Just get a bit of jelly. I decided today, like, I'm going to give them jelly because I couldn't be asked to mix up some sugar water. But, yeah, the sugar jellies are pretty good. Don't know what flavour this is, but it's not too bad as far as I'm concerned. Some of them smell like milk, and I hate the smell of milk. It's like lactic acid or something. Or not lactic acid. That's PLA. Lactose and stuff. You smell it in it. That's them fed. I've only got enough water, but I might top it up. Anybody in there should probably evacuate. Spread it over a bit. We're good. Should zoom in. Anyway, the Fusco are done. They got like 2 new tubes. I'll take out that dirty cotton soon. But I'm gonna move the cotton again because it just looks minging. I don't want it touching the floor. Sorted. Just ignore that rubbish little bin as well because it's kind of a failed prototype. But then it failed against the hardest ants to drop their trash, which is the Rubra. They're just terrible. They ruin everything. Oh, I like naked pupae. These for a bit, like, they alternate. Sometimes they make naked pupae. Let's see what we got there. Oh, there's a fresh baby. Maybe they're hiding the brood in the tubes or something. Right in the corner, you can't really see it to be fair, but there's a slightly grey worker, kind of against the backdrop of the white, which obviously is just hatched, I think. Oh, there's a pupae as well out here in the outworld. Oh, so they're up to something. It's just mobile. Yeah, down. You can just about see the pupae. There's one anyway. The queen's down there too, tucked away. And let's get something more tropical, I guess. Could do the Lasius niger, but they're all good. They're quite a pain to do as well. What's this? Polyrakus, I think. Yeah. Oh, this is one of the colonies that seems to be like sleeping. Although I've got a funny feeling that I think some exotic ants, they're kind of synced up to like a foreign time. I don't know. Their calendar is backwards because they're from another country. I swear, I don't know. If anyone has any idea if that's a thing, let me know, but I just get a feeling that some ants from Australia, instead of making eggs in summer, they'll start making them in like winter to us instead, because to them it should be summer. I think Basic Ants as well was asking Ant Guy about that, like why is it sometimes the pupae are naked and why are they not naked sometimes? I'd say maybe it would indicate like a deficiency of, I don't know, they've obviously got enough protein to grow though, but maybe a protein deficiency because the silk is, I guess it's extra protein for something that you might not need. Or maybe it's like they had food until right at the end. I'm not sure. And then right at the end, maybe they were starving, but it was like, we can turn into a pupae, but we haven't got enough energy to spare to make some cocoons or something. So there's like a higher risk that we'll die, but there's also a kind of higher chance that we won't starve to death, maybe. By using all the food for cocoons. I don't know, I haven't got a clue. It could be materials, I think sometimes. I know some people's ants, like when there's not enough substrate and they haven't got anything to like grab onto, they'll kind of end up being naked. These, what chance are these? I think they're the Polyrhacus rastulata. Got one fatality down here. Let's grab her out. Yeah, it is. I think they're kind of they've slowed down. Let's see if so I haven't spotted any brood in there for quite a while. But I don't know, they almost seem to... It's like they're too cold, but I've stuck them on some proper, like, up the heat, and it hasn't done much. Where's my scissors? Oh, I need little... Like, PJ has an amazing little rack with, like, magnets and everything, and I need one. And he even sent me the link to one, but I'm too stingy. One day, though. It's gonna... These scissors are like a bit messed up. Might be able to identify some queens. Depends if they're like Camponotus as well. I can get some Camponotus ones, but I know other people are way better at doing the Camponotus. That's the rastulata done there. They don't do much at the minute. I'm going to keep them on the heat, keep them cooking away. That was nice and easy. What's next? Oh, yellow crazy ants. Oh my god, they're being so good at the minute. Oh, I love them. If any ant could behave, it's them. Polyrhacus. Hopefully they stay still, because at the minute they're perfect for cleaning out. Before I put it down, I'll show you. But instead of being all on the outworld floor, they've all like heaped onto the drinker, which needs refilling as well. And the floor is pretty much empty. But like the moment I put it down, they're all going to scramble a bit. I know, no, we're good. If I'm mega lucky now, let's get it hair trim. If I'm mega lucky, it'll they won't go off on one. But yeah, they got a little trash pile here. Little food bowl. It's a bit cool in there at the minute, but at the moment the heat mat goes halfway across, so this is the cold side. They love their little drinker though. They've got an old gold one. Can't get gold no more. Limited edition. Let's see if I can get a view of the tubes, because you can't really see NAFL. Let's move it forward. Gotta be dead careful. See, each tube now is nicely packed, I think. There's a good like heap of brood in every single one. Let me loosen some bits. It's that one. I'm gonna scroll it up. Zoom in. Oh, beauty! To go back to that mode. Yes. Hopefully you can see what I'm seeing now. I didn't like... Wow, YouTube, why do you do this sometimes? So I think, oh, there's quite a few now, maybe a few hundred at least. So there's the top tube. Got cocoons and eggs and naked pupae as well, by the looks of it at the bottom. It's like quite a few in that tube. And then we'll go down to the next tube. Loads of cocoon casings there. And slide across. Oh, look at that, angel wings or something made out of eggs. Whoa. What we got? Looks like more eggs and stuff on the floor as well. Big heaps. And again, loads of little ants. And then, oh, that's a cocooner, that one. It's got loads of cocoons in that tube. Yeah. They've tunneled in a bit here, but yeah. Nice tube there. I've been feeding them like extra loads too, because I basically want to get them as big as I can, as fast as I can, because everyone else's seems to stop growing and kind of fail. And I figure if I can keep feeding them and growing them, they won't stop growing if I keep it going fast enough. It's like a train, like once the train is going at 200 miles an hour or something, it ain't gonna stop for much. So that's my plan. Another big fat tube. There's the queen. She's probably kicking about somewhere. What was that weird? Oh, that's a worker carrying an egg. I thought it was a queen then. She might be in the middle there though. There's something large. And then no queen in there by the looks of it. Oh, that's it. Then onto the floor. Quite a good view of the floor. What's that? Oh, it's the bolt. Definitely liking their drinker too much. I do love the yellow crazy ants though. They're like one of my favourites. Oh. They're nice and calm at the minute. While they're behaving, I'm going to try. As soon as I open this lid though, they're going to go nuts. So where's the Hoover? I have to zoom out again. It's definitely improved everything though, having the Saturn large instead of a medium. They've also got a little graveyard here. This is mostly kind of dead ant bodies. I'll show you. Straight in with the mega zoom. Yeah, mostly little dead ants. Not worried about that at all though, because they're definitely growing and you just get dead ants eventually. And it does normally come like, you'll eventually start getting a little pile. Especially when they're fast growing, and then it'll get really big really fast. And then you're like, oh my god, but then it becomes normal. The ants are just getting bigger and bigger. And all the babies, the first ones are dead. Oh, good girls. I'm thinking, why isn't it sucking? I've got a pooter end on it. Fool. There we go. Got the tub on it now. Oh, I think I just sucked one up. Maybe two. I'm going to clean the floor with some cotton wool, I think. Oh, I think I sucked up another one then. I see like the shape of an ant right at the end of the tube. Hoover's flat. Is that water down? Oh no, it's glue. I was thinking, why is there water around the edge of the nest? But it's not. I think maybe I just glued it up because I thought these would escape. I don't know. I don't think so. At some point, they must have glued it up. Somewhere in this tub as well. There's an ant. I need to try and find it. Yellow crazy ants are very, very precious. Like some ants, like the Lasius niger. When I'm cleaning them out, if I accidentally hoover up a Lasius niger, it never happened. Like, that's it. Oops. But the yellow crazy ants is how I know I can never leave one in the hoover. They're far too cool. And they're not native as well, but doesn't really matter when it's a worker. Not that I'm saying you should let your non-native workers go. Wouldn't recommend it. What's the YCA done now? I know they need feeding. I'm going to sponge the far side wick. One thing I've like always wondered, and I wonder if anyone out there is from like Asia, but where you have chopsticks, do you use chopsticks to do this, or do you use tweezers? Because I think they'd both be effective. You don't normally have tweezers at hand, but there's always like a knife and fork in the cupboard in England, so there's probably always going to be chopsticks. Even I got some chopsticks in the cupboard. I don't know how to use them very well, though. I think they're clean enough. Oh, I might be able to get a bit of the graveyard. Yeah. Once they're stirred up, word will get round. They're being good, they're being good. Quick to run away. Yeah. A lot better than it was. Great success. Let's get the bowl out. They're quite good at actually climbing in their food too. I have to shake it a bit now. Just to make sure. As you can see there, they've got about like 3 or 4 Morio worms in their food bowl then. I like to keep them well fed. But it would just be epic if they can get to proper maturity. And then maybe they'll inbreed. Because I'm well curious to see if they'll inbreed as well. And I don't know anyone with an inbreeding colony to kind of verify it, so it's kind of wonder like what'll happen. Let's fill up the water quick. Look how good they're being, they're so chilled tonight. They're not very crazy. I think they've been taking their meds. Good girls. Yeah. Oh, we've got a little Klingon. You can't see him. Or her. I wish it was a him. As soon as hims turn up, oh, I'll be keeping an eye on them until there's like a Sheila, and then, yeah, please inbreed. I think as well, I put the, I'm going to spin them, because they've got the pillar where you can look inside. Oh, it's pretty chilled in there. I love this little feature. Although I just love the sands. They're just so well made. Let's get a little bit of food. Oh, there's nothing on that actual drinker. They just love it. They're like, oh yeah, it's gold. We're gold. Yeah. Maybe because it's cold, maybe because it's hot, I'm not sure, but... It's like their little lookout. I'm quite looking forward to when they get big as well. Because I think they'll put up quite a few challenges. They're going to be a challenging ant to keep inside of a tank. Especially as I'm not going to throttle their growth. But I do have one plan. We need some more. 2 mealworms, that's not enough. Got another one. Imbitsu. They'd be famished if I only gave them 2. It's quite nice today as well. I took the ants out of my room and put them in the living room, so now I can actually open the doors properly and stuff. For ages, haven't been able to crack open the door and stuff properly, so to like do them all, it's been like such a pain in the butt. But now it's so easy. I just like open the door, crouch down, put my arms out, like take the colony out. Oh. Whereas before I was having to do like Pilates. No, I feed them every about 3 or 4 days. Well, at the minute it's about 4 days. Last time these got fed were about Tuesday, I think, to be fair. Might even be 5 days. But I've been putting it off because I knew I was going to move them about today, so they'd be easier like to get to. You know, it's these girls sorted. They'll go nuts in a minute for that jelly. We'll leave them up for a minute. Put them in. Actually, they can have the spotlight. The golden girls. But I'll get the proper golden girls out. The true golden girls. Like, these are good, but the golden girls are better. I love my golden girls as well. And they're just so good. When other colonies like slow down and falter, these girls, no. I need to get the dead bodies out because they're so aggressive too. They've been beating up dead bodies. And now I think they're doing too much and it worries me. Proper golden girls. Oh, 2 tubes. I'm going to give these some more water tubes. Maybe 3 tubes. Very happy with. Yeah. I should move it across. I just get so like, why don't you just go focus nicely on. Spin them around. Oh. You can't really see the gold. You never can on the camera, but it's so annoying. You can if you get it all lit up nicely. So I got a new species as well the other day. I haven't made a video or anything yet. Oh, look how good it is. Oh, I can take this off here. So, you see the gold a little bit more now. But in here they got loads of cocoons, loads of larvae up high. And I just saw a little worker running around with a gob full of eggs. Oh, she's up top now as well. And they're just chilling in the other tube. But they're doing good, they are. Definitely growing nicely. And they've just like been steadily growing too the whole like summer. Proxima. Oh, so beautiful. I think Proxima Centauri or something, isn't it? It's a star. And these girls are definitely stars. Let's get in some more water tubes. I'm going to get these girls a weaver outward as well. They're not weaving ants, but I'm going to kind of stick someone else in there so they can live like off the ground, but kind of not in a weaving ball. But I think they'd love it. And in that you get like way better lighting and stuff. This is the Polyrhacus proxima. See if I can. What happens if I zoom fully? I want to see the gold. You want to focus? Let's pull it back a bit. Okay, we've got to focus on the side of the panel then. See the cocoons there and loads of larvae and stuff on the ceiling. Can't really see their gold in this light, because they're gold. They're not the goldest of all the golds, but they're gold. The goldest ones, I don't know, there's that Bucali or something like that. What is it? Campaneris maybe? Not sure. They're pretty golden though. And then there's the Ypsilon, which are like the ultimate best stand ever with fish hooks and gold. Oh, that's just so good. I'm not even going to start thinking about them because I want them so bad. We've got someone running around over here. Oh, come back, girlie. Where you gone? Just trying to run. There's another one on the floor. Oh. You, come back. You see a gold in the outworld. Let's do a U. Ah, gotcha. Instead of moving the camera, I'll move the outworld too. Oh, got you. You. I do love them. I think they're my favourites. The Polyrhacus armata, they tried, but they're being pains in the butts now. I'll show you in a minute. They're just being annoying. These girls, I'm chucking in the tubes right now, and they're like barely even bothered. Though one of them's in the way right now. There she is. So please move out of the way, please. Hopefully she's not in any squishable place. Yeah, she's legged it. I don't think this is a Saturn tube either. It'll be fine. An extra airy one. Yeah. It's not a Saturn tube. Wonder what it's from. It might be a really old one from I don't know, Best Stance maybe. Hey, Rose Donna as well. See if we can come here. Get there's Quentin, Queen. That's not really a name, but I like calling them Quentin. Fish out their food bowl. Oh, it's so easy. They don't even eat much either. Like, I give them quite a bit of food, to be fair, more than a little colony needs. But they don't really touch much, and then they grow just fine anyway. Very good little lads. They'll probably come out too. I think I'll give them a Hoover as well. I should really put Hoover on charge. But yeah. Normally they have a lookout. Like, oh, there she is at the top. I was thinking, where's the little lookout? There's always one of them in the outworld. But for a second I couldn't see her. And I thought, whoa, this never happens. There's like 100% always one ant outside keeping guard. I think maybe it's like living up a tree thing. You've got to keep an eye out all the time for woodpeckers or something. And if you see one of those woodpeckers, you've got to quickly like leg it maybe. Reasons may differ. Real life reasons anyway. Bit of whatever jelly this is. Do them girls. Oh, look at her. This little lady's caught a taste. The yellow crazy ants been boring. They're half asleep. She'll find it though, this little Polyrhacus. Although I think underneath the bowl was a little bit of sugar water that's got trapped and dried out. So there's little sugar crystals maybe on the floor. Is that what you're up to, Medea? Maybe she's just helping to clean up. I do like these ones. You can see that big blob in the middle of the tube there. Oh. Eggs. These guys are doing super good. I'm going to move to have it closer. Sorry for nudging you up the bum. I nudged her by accident. Oh, the gold's coming out. Look at that good quality beard as well there. And that's an 8 out of 10 there. Trying to think the nuance. They got about only like a 5 or 6 out of 10 on the beard department, but in the spike department, could be a 10. And this girl's just chilling. She's on guard, maybe. Not really interested in getting any of the food, which is right behind her. Let's get some more ants up anyway. Why are you all chilling? Might be because I turned the heat up to like 27 and they're all just like soaking it up. Who's next? Let's go for the big girls. I need to get them. Well, they can have the whole rest of that green. I'm a little bit worried about these dives. Although I don't think I really should be 100%. Let's shut the door. But like earlier I looked in and all the eggs had been moved out of the little egg chambers they had down the side. Let's spin it around. Move the scissors. Move the light bulb. Yeah, they had all their eggs up in their little woven, kind of nesty, pouchy bits here. But they've evacuated them all. There's none left now. I'm really hoping that nothing bad's happened. I swear I saw a little brood there. Nothing. I'm going to keep an eye out for the queen. I'm just scared that the queen has died and like there's just no brood being made. But hopefully they're just in the weavable maybe. I'm just, worrying about nothing. Zoom out, you. God, I wish the YouTube thing was easy. It's like, nah, I don't want to be easy. Spin them a bit. Hopefully they then escape because it looks like the oil barrier has long dried up. And now they're in swarm mode as well. All up the walls and everything. Should be alright. There's the lid next to me. I'm prepared. I can fit a whole jelly straight into the thing. After a few minutes of the jelly being in, they'll chill out. Let's give it another spin. There we go. They can have a whole jelly. Although because I never hydrate their nest or like any of this. Oh, I squished one. There she is. That's it. I never hydrate their thing, so nothing ever goes mouldy. So like they'll eat a whole jelly pot and it don't go mouldy. Love that. This one there, I can take this out now, but there's one in it. There's 3 in it. Be off with you. Just dump it there for now. That can go in there. Yeah, they'll be straight on the jelly. They're big fans. Get a jelly view. So far, it looks like none have made it out the top, which is good. If I'm mega lucky, they'll all get distracted by the jelly and leave. Go on, get out of your bowl as well. There we are. Is that all of you? I am. That one's done. Look, I'm going crazy for the jelly. To be fair, I would though, because I love a bit of jelly. Especially the orange one. You get orange one with the bits of orange in it. Oh man, like, if I could get that in, say, like 3 litre kind of big tubs. Because like nowadays, you go down there and it's like one spoonful of jelly sort of thing. One mouthful is a pot. So if I could get a pot that was like 2 or 3 litres of the jelly with orange segments in it, or mandarin segments, and I'd be all over that. Love that stuff. And it's got fruit in it, so it's good for you. Where did I put this down? There we go. These polyracas, they kind of, I guess nowadays are on a fixed diet. I'd never really give any of my colonies more than 4 meat or morio worms, except for the Tetromorium bicarinatum. And these have been on 4 morio worms now for, must be like nearly 6 months. And they've like grown good. I think they've stabilised now. And if they have, that'd be great because they're like the perfect size for the Weaver Owl. I think they could fit like double as many in and it'd still be alright, but after that it would be 2 packed. And I like to have a bit of like a gap. I've got like a safety margin. But on 4 Morios it seems that's about 1 Weaver's or Weaver nest's worth of Weavers. That's like once or twice a week food as well. Get off, magnet. I am though hoping that I really want to like. You got the vents on the side of the Weaver Outworld, and they're like circular and everything, and I want to put pipe between it and have two Weaver Outworlds connected up. I really want to do that one day. Maybe with the Polyracus dives, like these girls, or the Proxima. Oh, they love their jelly. They've also got them mealworms now up top. Let's see if I can. I do. Wonder if this is empty yet. Well, it isn't because I can see them, but oh no, there's even more in there. Little trolls. I've got plenty of water there. A few bits of trash. I might try and fish out some of them. What they do if I give them like mealworms is they eat the mealworms and then they chuck them off the edge. Every time. But they don't do it with morio worms. Like they don't pick up the morio worms and chuck them away. Just the mealworms. Anyway, what else do they need? I think they're all good. Never been hydrated, but it's 53% humidity. It's probably not much, but it's not 0. And the jelly pots don't dry up very fast as well. But that's it. My never hydrated Polyracus dives. Man, they are loving jelly there now. I think word's getting back to the colony. On to the next ones. What is time? Oh, it's only 9:06, that's nice. Still got a few ants left to feed. Although down 1 colony is, well, 2 colonies. Carabera diversa are sold. They're all packed up. Let's see those we got in here. Maybe the Kai spit. I haven't seen the Strongylanaphis queen though for a long time. So I don't know. I have a feeling they've killed it. They're aggressive ants. Who's this? Who done that? Yeah, Kai spit on time. Kai spit are on quite a strict diet. So they don't actually get much food ever. I don't know what I'll feed them today. Oh, got a drill, nice. Oh, the Manica rubida queens, they're doing really well. I'll get them up after these. I'll quickly feed the Kai Spit'em, and then I'll get the Manica rubida queens up. Let's move this down a bit. These girls, watch them go absolutely berserk. No, I love them, but they're crazy. Absolutely crazy. They're another one as well. If I suck up a Kai Spit'em, I don't really care too much because I think of it as natural. But I do kind of have to manage the population a little bit. That's a nice game in Ant. Have any of them got workers and stuff yet? Oh yeah, at least they're still plodding along there. That's a good start. It seems to be going quite well this year. I think one of mine might have like 5 workers, I think now. Then the other one, I don't know how many the other one's got. I need a new jelly pot as well. I've just given my jelly pot to the Polyrachus. I went to get some more jelly and it's gone. Negative. There's some behind me. Go for mango. Okay, the Kai Spit'em. You see though, like, we haven't really done much, but they've been pouring out the whole time. They're always up to no good. They're going after the food a little bit. They started as well. The 3rd tube up is actually full of sand. And they like tunneled through it, and for a bit they had a nest in the back of it, but they've since abandoned it and gone for the bottom tube, which has actually got water in it. None of the other tubes have got water in. I'm kind of restricting their nest space a little bit too because they do grow quite big. That missed, but they'll eat it all. If you let them, they'll like grow to like 10,000 or something in no time. But I like them in a medium sand, and I'm just hoping the Strongylanaphis queen is still alive. But yeah, as I said, no sign of her for quite a while. Hopefully, oh yeah, they're already cleaning it up. I was going to say I've got the jelly on the side, but they're going in like heat seekers. Yeah, still got the TB. I'll get them up in a bit. I'm hoping, yeah, should have quite a nice amount of food left for them. When I like do the food for all of them, I have to I pick out kind of as much food as I need for the other colonies, and then I just have to keep going and going and going to get enough food out for the TB. Normally, it just means I get to the end of like the tub of Morio worms, and it's like, whatever's left, that'll do for your food today. They'll eat like 40 there if they want. If I gave them like 40, 50 Morio worms, they'd eat them overnight. They're nutters. I have no idea now. No. I'd say at least 70,000 odd. This is like a nice conservative estimate. I'll give these some more looks. And I think at the minute I'm like not feeding them super crazy amounts because I've got enough. I'm trying to stabilise their population at like 70, 100k. And no, I haven't tested any Gen 4 yet. I think I'm going to get on it soon though. I want to get the Outworld as well so I can have like the nest on top with the Outworld below like I saw at AntCon. Is that drinker filled up? Who was... Oh, Manica rubida, that's what we're getting next. Let's grab them. While I'm there too, I can grab about 10 colonies in one go. Oh, that's a nice Manica rubida. Tripping over wires. So. What? Well, they're not meant to be there. I'll sort that in a second. It doesn't seem to be an immediate problem, but that is a problem. I'll show you in a minute. It's probably not a problem most people get. Where's the polo there? It's not Manica rubida though. Plagios. Okay, this is popcorn. Let's get a good view of her. Can I backlight her maybe? You can do like this with this thing. Oh, too bright, too bright. I'll zoom in. So yeah, this is popcorn. Queen's still alive. She's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 workers at least at the minute. Nice eggs at the top of the middle of the tube, I think. Looks like larvae on the floor, and there was a few pupae when I looked 2 seconds ago. It looks like that's it. Oh, there's a dead one. There's actually 2 dead workers. 3 dead workers. What? That's nuts. Yeah, there's 1 dead worker in that cotton there. 1 dead worker there. And 1 dead worker down there. I don't know how, because they never had this many workers before. Unless they had extra workers. Maybe they were just weak, little ones. Oh, that TB colony, if it's got 500 now, you could have 1,000 by next month. I'm going to pop this tube out quick and empty out that dead body. I don't think I had any. The worker looks a little bit like a rubra. Yeah. Don't know what that is. It kind of actually looks a bit deformed. Yeah, flicking out tube. Doing really good though. There's actually loads of things here. Loads of pupae if it'll focus. Hopefully. See all the little eyes staring back. Nice pile of pupae, yeah. Definitely need a feed though. I think they're hungry and a little clean. I'm not going to clean their tube, just the outward though. They're more than capable of cleaning the tube if they want it clean. I don't want to baby them or whatever, nanny them. I bet they've got quite a few queens now as well gaming them. Because they're definitely good at growing. Get the cotton. If anybody sees the Manica rubida escaping as well, please let me know. There's a good chance they have got some queen brood at the minute. I think at the minute I'm having like a second big wave of elate production. Got a massive wave at the beginning of summer. They do it all the time, but seem to be an extra massive amount of princesses running about in kind of spring, and now they're doing it again. God, that's a beautiful queen she is. So I want you focus. Lovely gas store on her. It's so red in the middle. Just won't focus. Don't really show her on the camera. She's a beauty. It's doing good though. Loads of workers. Doing a lot better than Manica McLeod last year as well. That's the weird thing about this year. They've all started off so much better. And I think they're going to try and do so much better. But they'll never beat Manika McLaren. First, she was. She's the best queen. They can have about 2 segments in meal room. These little workers well excited. Happy birthday. Oh, she's legged it. Oh, she's trying to go up round the corner. She's gone. Yeah, ants are so good at like packing themselves in. Especially the TB, they can really pack it in too. Mine just like, they make layers sometimes and they'll just kind of smush up, kind of like fire ants when they're in their raft, but without like a raft. How are these girls doing? I think their mites have cleared up a bit now. I think it was just a bit of uneaten food or something at the time. Just a few little grain mites. Although I think they came from leaf cutter setup as well, because the leaf cutters, they have like little trash mites that live in their kind of waste soil. Put that out there. I'll zoom out a bit so you can see. This is the other colony. This is Ramirez. Ramirez is doing very well as well. Want a bit of sugar jelly, Ramirez? What I should do is give them the sugar jelly after I've given them protein, because they go nuts over the sugar jelly. And there's a good chance they'll just run straight out the end now. So I can just cheat. Oh, love it. I put the food into the test tube end. And then you can just... Oh, yeah. No, some Mario in the end, Nick. Holding it. Queen's going out. What's she gonna have first? What is it, Ramirez? Sugar or protein? I think sugar. Oh. Oh, she's doing that thing again. She was a wimp last time. Like, she used to be the most aggressive, like, bad little bitch, I guess. You can imagine Ramirez, but now she's got kids. She's settled down and everything. It's like, 5 kids to raise, all on her own. Yeah. She's probably telling the kids, "One of you kids, go out and get some sugar water." They're doing well though. Stick them on a pile. Who else we got? Oh, the boar and Plagies. Even zoomed in, they look so tiny. Escape artists. Every time I look in these, I'm expecting like more, but I don't know. They're growing really slow. But then they are growing, and then I can't see some of the bits too. They're definitely getting bigger. They're nice and easy to keep still, with a little test tube pod. I don't know how old they are now. They're getting on though. It might be like a year. I can't remember when I first got them. Quite a while. I just saw it was on Ant Lady or us they came from. And I saw it's like 10 queens and I don't know, some random amount of workers that I can't remember, but I saw 10 queens and was like, oh yeah, they sound cool. And then got them. They don't need 2 bits of mealworms, to be fair. Save these. Tiny bit of jelly. That's gotta be tricky. This is where they've got the scent. You can see them in a tube. The new food is about. Like most little ants as well, they've got well good smell. I don't know why that is, but I swear, like, the smaller ants, they must, like, they have better smell. If it was light, I could, like, understand it, that, like, I guess if you could see in UV, you'd be able to see, like, more detail in the world. Because it's, like, tighter wavelength. You can get higher definition. Whereas if you had, like, really long waves and you're looking with radio waves, you wouldn't get much definition. You'd be like, here's a meter lump, like, a big blurry image. Maybe they just got, like, little HD kind of antennas. And the eggs there. Nice amount of brood. Their brood too is really like rolly. I probably shouldn't do this, but in a minute, all their brood will just there. It's like it never grips onto the floor. Poor ants. That's probably why they don't grow loads. Well, they do grow though, I think. Like huge amounts of eggs. Let's stop annoying them. On some beauties. Always worth watching these, I think. 'Cause one day, like, I'm gonna get cocky. And they're gonna sting me. They're doing well good though still. Pogo, Pogo and Mermax bar bass. Got at least 2 pupae I can see. About 4 big larvae. Some small eggs. See a nice amount of dandelion seeds in their little stash. Happy with that. I don't really have to feed them. Well, I don't feed them sugar because at the beginning I did feed her a little bit of sugar, but they fully went off their seeds completely, and it was like, no, you got to eat your seeds because you need to be feeding the babies. And when I gave them sugar, the growth as well just like stopped. They were getting protein and they were getting seeds, but they were just eating the sugar water. And because it hasn't got any protein in it, like the babies weren't growing off it, and it was, yeah, it just was not good times. But yeah, just don't even bother feeding your pogos any sugar water at all, in my opinion, because it just like messes them up. It's just not natural. There's a little pogo down here lurking on the. He's gonna try and escape. Don't. She is as well. Got my eye on you. Heavy hitters, these ones. If anyone could keep an eye on him for me, that'd be great. I'm trying to keep an eye on him, but I also need to cut up his heel on him. So I've distracted the predator. Doing quite nice though, it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Someone alive? Yeah, it's just having a drink. 14 workers now. I think that's alright. I've seen other people's grow quite big, but these ones will get there. I don't give them the most varied diet. Hey, Paul. Yeah, just rolling the ants around. I should have really taken out some of the dead bodies from it. 2 bits left, that'd be alright. Sturdy girls. Stick them back here. And I got the problem, and I can't forget it any longer. Got kind of a... In here, this is the Angularis, or whatever her name is. I stuck her in here earlier because this tube's ran out of water. So I need them to move or something. So I stuck them in a nest where I had some rubra. And somehow there was some rubra inside of it. And now they're all chilling in this tube here, as far away as they can. I don't think they want any trouble. Right, I'm going to take them out. No, I don't know what to do with them. Just flick them out the window or something. Yeah, they're not meant to be in this nest. They must have just been tucked away when I kind of threw the other colony in. I thought it was empty. What I'll do is I'll just leave them here on the side. Nah, I put a bit of cotton wool in. I was going to say I'll just leave them on the side and they'll just walk off. Can use a red tube. I'll probably never see this queen again, but I don't know, I'm not really too bothered about that. I'd rather have like a happy colony and them living in the dark and I can never see them, to be fair, than keep this girl in the light. I got loads of red tubes still. Good tubes. I bought them maybe like 4 years ago, maybe 200 or something. But I still got loads of them. And if you leave them out in the sun, some of them have been out in the sun for like a few years now, but they're still going really good. Haven't faded or nothing. Still fluorescent pink. Look at these ones. Like wedding ones. I think they were like 40p or something. Oh, it was during Corona it was. And it was like wedding supplies. And because no weddings were happening, like the wedding supplies were going for like so cheap. Sounds really bad that it's like, yeah, I was profiting. Well, I wasn't profiting. It was like just purely for me, but I made the most of it. They've actually got some eggs at the minute. I've turned up the heat some more, but for ages it looked like they were hibernating. But I think they actually might have been hibernating. And now they're waking up and activities happening. I'm going to give them some jelly. They're good girls. I've been meaning to send them to Lynn, but I just don't get around to it. And every time I go to it, another one's died. So I'm like, oh, I should keep them dead still for a bit longer. But I don't know. They seem to be growing a tiny bit. I haven't actually got a clue how many colonies they got in a minute. I'll count in a bit. It's too hard a question at the minute. But there's some jelly. Yeah, I'm not going to try and count. That's these little swords. I think they might bounce back. Maybe I'll have my first Camponotus colony that's done well. If you ever want to get rid of a Camponotus colony, just send them to me and they'll die really fast. But I'm hoping these Angularis, I think it is, they should do well. And they were like a present from like Antantic, so I don't want them to die extra loads. It'd just be really bad. Like it's like, yeah, I got this new present, and say you had like a dog or something, and it's like, yeah, I got a new present, and it's a dog. And if that dog was just to like just die, it'd be like, yeah, I just killed the dog you gave me. But it's not a dog, it's an ant. But still, it's like when someone sent you an ant, you don't want it to die extra loads. Because it's like, no, these are special. But with Camponotus, I get scared. They're gonna die. These are little acorns in here. Is it Temno4X? One of them. Not a clue which one. Mini Rubras. Where are they in a minute? Oh, they're down here. Didn't do much. Just chilling. Doing good on numbers. There's the Queen's Gaster. That's good enough for me. I think I'm going to stick them in a really hot spot. Because in the wild, I've found they definitely don't live in cold places, the acorn ants. They'll be like on a stick. And the stick will just be sticking out into direct sunlight. And you'll pick up the stick and it'll be a good like 30 Celsius. And things like that. And it's like, and they're living just inside of this thin stick. And it must be baking inside. So I'm going to stick them on the heat, I think, for a bit. See if I can get them kick-started a little bit. I think they need it. Oh, and here's some girls that don't need kick-starting. But I'm going to anyway because I want more. I'm fully loving these. This was the best choice at Antcon, I think. Out of everything there, I think this is like, these are my favourite thing to take away. Except for the memories. And these are the Cardioclamidias. Clondia. Cardioclondia obscura. Little girls. Looks like there's so many bloody queens now. Yes. Should make an update for them soon. 'Cause I just love these. I'm surprised they can actually like see them, to be fair. Get it any better? It's like tiny little girls. They're growing like crazy. I wish I could show you like as I'm rocking it back and forth. You can see there's loads of females in. Oh, actually, you might be able to see. You can see some of the wings glinting, especially that one nearest. But some of them you can see glinting. A lot of it's behind the shadow. There's a lot of sets of wings in there. I count at least 6. They're growing like crazy there, and it's like brilliant. They're really easy as well. Like these have not been difficult to grow like crazy. Hopefully that's clean. Really good eaters. For a little ant, like not many little ants will hollow out like a moray worm segment as well. So they've done good there. I'm proud of them. A bit of jelly. Oh, I actually show the ants to you. Sorry about that. It is. This isn't fully zoomed in. They do have a Solenopsis, look. It's like Solenopsis and Tetramoran bicarina mushed it together. And then miniaturized. Normally, if they look like Solenopsis gemina or Solenopsis like at all, I'd be like, oh, I hate them. They look just enough like Tetramoran bicarinatum as well, so it's like, no, I like them. Not really a fan of Solenopsis. I think they're horrible ants. They're just violent and they grow too fast. But then I'd say the same about like most Phedoles and stuff. They're just horrible. They just grow too fast and escape. And they're small, so they escape real bad. So Demon Vid. Hold on quickly. Who else we got left? Some Polyrhacus species and new species, and the Tetramoran bicarinatum. Let's get that at the right so it's just not going to do it. Bear with me a second. Where's that test tube? There it is, right in the middle. Make a nice stack. Look at that as well. I see that written on the side of the Venus. Ooh, limited edition. One of my proudest, or not proudest, but favourite, most collectible, I guess, prized possessions. Who's next? You, not a fan of you. Yes. Come here. Here's the Iberoformica subwoofer. They're cool, but they're like just crazy. If you like crazy ants, like Solenopsis, you'd love these. Just too crazy. They don't gas themselves out, luckily, too bad. They're not, like, that stupid. But they are absolutely crazy. And violent as well. They don't take many prisoners. Tubes are packed out nice, though, if you can see. Makes a change that they're actually, like, using the tubes. Normally, they ditch them. It's the most annoying thing ever. And then they'll just be in the outworld like, yeah, look at us, we're Formica. We're behaving like Formica. They're not actually Formica. But, oh, they just love to be Formica. They got all the annoying characteristics of Formica. And then just to kind of add insult to the fact that they're Formica, they're just not called Formica. They're worse than Formica. even crazier. Oh yeah, the Atta. Might be able to show the Atta in a bit. And my girls, I fiddled with them earlier. They need feeding, but I haven't got any leaves on hand. That'll do for these. I've actually put the Iberiformica. They've been on kind of like a long-term diet. They don't get much food. And when they grow, they like really explode. So I have to take them off the heat. But when I take them off the heat, they slow right down well good. Oh, let's get these girls out of the way then. Who's next? Oh, good girls are next. New girls. Oh my god, the Polyraptor's dives have gone absolutely crazy to that jelly now. I can't see any of it. These girls, though, these are I've kind of given away some of the clues. I had some green weavers. To be fair, they died. The typical story. I was gonna make like a little video. I was researching for like next year's kind of ant challenge, which hopefully will be green weaver ants. And it's like might do the Manica Rubida challenge again, but really want green weaver ant challenge. Just because they just die so easy, and it's like the perfect kind of species to try and learn how to grow, like the Manica. Because like last year, everyone's Manica were just dying, whereas this year it seems to have gone a lot better. And it'd just be amazing if we could like do the same thing with green weaver ants. Because might fail this year, but then next year everyone might be able to have like a proper green weaver ant colony or something, which like nobody seems to be able to get going. Not founding. Seem to be able to keep going sometimes. So. These are Polyrachus furcata as well, or furcata. There's the queen in the middle. They're not the biggest stands, but there's like, a good amount for this colony. They got another tube too with quite a few in. You can't really see their barbs, dude. Oh, you can there. You see in that little dark thing? There's a little Y sticking out of their back. These girls, oh, they got a little secret. Wonder. Oh, there we are. Just accidentally locked the screen then. See if we can get them an alright view. See what we can do. I need them zoomed in quite far because they're quite small, but oh yeah, there we are. Oh, she's got some eggs as well, lovely, and larvae and stuff. When I first got them, it looked a little bit bare in the tubes, but if you look carefully, you can see they got the proper fish hooks coming out their backs, like double-sided. This camera does not do it any justice, but they got proper fish hooks coming out with little like barbed tips and everything. Is there anyone better to view? Let's try some of these girls in the outdoor. Oh. What am I even looking at? Oh, the yellow crazy ants behind. Yeah. I was thinking like, there's no thermostat in this tank. Up a bit. Down a bit. Is this what I'm looking for? Yeah, it is. There's. Oh. Kind of making out with fish hooks. And they got good shoulder ones as well. Good beards, kind of 5 or 6 out of 10. Let's zoom back out. Really do like these girls though. Looks like they shredded their Moro worm as well, which is good. Oh, let's get that back up. When I first got them, I was super busy, so I had to stick them like into the tank, and I just gave them some food and some sugar, and like left them for a few days, and got one casualty from travelling, which that was in the tube before I like opened it. So I think it's just like a normal random, maybe just travel death or something. Rest of them, they seem super healthy. Polyracus are like, they're semi good at gassing themselves, I guess. If they get stressed enough, they'll gas themselves. But they travelled like nicely. Got from Antantes, if you haven't guessed from the label. I looked though, and the only colony like left was quite a big one, and I was like, oh. And then I looked at Rich's pictures that he put up on the site, and I just saw the fish hooks like coming out the back of them, and it was like, oh my god, I need these like right now. So I quickly had to. Well, I didn't buy the colony then actually. Had to use my concierge kind of power, and I was like, can you hold on to the colony for a week, and I'll buy it in a week, like come payday. So I did it like that. I think I can take this cotton out now. Bit stuck. But they're good little girls, though. I like them. I think I'm going to give them another tube as well, just because like 2 tubes seems good, but I want another high up tube where they can just go into it if they want and live next to the other tube. I just imagine like living next door to the rest of them makes them happy. Oh, bye gaming Ant. I'll catch you in a bit. Thanks for tuning in. Damn. I think these guys are super aggressive as well. They seem quite like they go for things. Like when they're threatened, some ants like will stand still, some ants run away, whereas these seem to go straight at it. Oh, I feel so bad dumping the food straight on the floor. Got a piece of jelly. Give them some of that. I bet they're hungry. I did give them a little bit of sugar water, some snaps, which they must have finished because there's not even a remnants of any sugar snaps now. They like that, obviously. They're cool. Good spines. Anything else left? Got the atter. I don't need to feed the atter or the acros. Got the armata. Let's have a look. And then the casualties as well. The sad ants. But I'm not sure about the armata. What's that tube in the middle? The armata haven't been sustaining their growth. At the beginning of the season, they were kind of up there with the Polyracus proxima, and they were proper having a battle of like who's going to be the biggest colony. It felt like, but the armata they have not kept up now. There's not much sign of any brood either, which is it's a bit worrying. We've got a couple dead bodies. Which I think could be stress, and then they acided them. Acided themselves. They're being weird as well. It's like there's an albino one. I don't know. I filmed them about could have even been a month ago now. And this little worker down here. It's a bit hard to see. I'll see if I can zoom in quick. She is not like the other workers. She hangs around the Queen loads as well. She's something else. She's not not normal. Yeah, come on, get a right focus. But if we can get need to see her colour. She's not even like the same colour as the rest of them. She's broken. Yeah, there's the Queen anyway. Being a long-legged cow. The little worker behind her, like, oh, the girl that's near the end of the tweezers, she's like, almost looks like she hasn't dried, but she's been like it for like over a month now. She's like brown instead of black. She's really weird. But every time I look into it's like, oh, they're doing all right. Look at that worker. She's just hatched. But it's the same girl. So I look up here and I don't see any brood in the tubes. Like doesn't look like there's any at the minute. And if there is, it's not much. Like, not enough to spot. It's a bit weird. I'm just gonna keep feeding them. Look, there's a mite there as well. See it on the bottom of the tube walking along? Might be a predatory mite, to be fair, because these girls, they got some predatory mites in here. Could be munching away. But the Queen, she won't live in the tubes either. So they're all just living in the outworld half the time. Well, the Queen is. It's quite annoying. She's not eating any food. But hopefully a good, like... I find if I give them jelly cups every so often, it, like, kind of encourages growth. Maybe they get a bit of short of some of the vitamins and stuff, and then when you give them, like, a jelly cup, they quickly get undeficient, whatever. They get enough of what they need again. They always had a good appetite. They had no problems eating their dinner. They've been through trauma. Maybe it's because I gave them cucumber. They have got good numbers though, I think. Like, just not as big as the Polyrhacus proxima now. I don't know if it's the nest being too big, because they were going like super well, but you never know. Bit tricky. Top up their water while I'm here. They're still good though, I think. Once I get them growing again, they'll be big again. Because if this is like the third colony, I really want to give a weaver outworld. Problem is, I don't actually think I got room for that many outworlds. But they'll need someone eventually. Anyway, that's the water food. Hey, Alex. Jeez. Oh, look in the background, the Fakata, all over their sugar. Hopefully I don't squash them with the tube, like rolling over them. Yeah. I think just the Tetramorium left now. Well, except for the Latius 9, I don't think they need feeding today. They're on a diet. Move these ones back in here. Oh, everything's going nuts. I'll show you in the cabin. I love it when the Polyrhacus go nuts. Battery light. Somewhere, enable flash. Yeah, look at the dives now. Oh, okay. I think they were thirsty. I think Asia, the ant guy. Lovely load of dives. What are they like on the protein? Quite on the protein, but not as much as the sugar. Look, they are on it. Who else was on sugar? I'm surprised, like the Armata, they're still not on their sugar. Who have I got left anyway to feed? To be fair, I've got to feed the flowers. Yeah, we're doing all good. And there's the acro. Hopefully they'll clean up soon. I did have them on top of the top, like at room temperature for a couple of weeks, but it made them a bit wet. But now I've stuck them back into the heater. They've kind of fogged up a tiny bit. I think that's all the ants in the thingy at the minute. Let's quickly feed the flowers, I guess. I like that. Oh, here's the train crash as well. I'll give them some sugar. But the Polyrhacus bicolor the other day, they were looking really good. And then Queen just keeled over. And now they're all like stood in the outworld and stuff. Kind of mourning their queen. Some of them are still in the tubes, but it's kind of a sad story in there. I'm going to give them some sugar water. Well, not sugar water, but some jelly. But I don't know, they're on their last kind of legs now. They've got no way to recover from losing the queen. The flowers are growing alright there. I gave them a new tube the other day. Because their like middle tube, which is the one they lived in, dried out. So I gave them that one. They moved in quite well. They're definitely growing now, to be fair. I'm happy with their growth. I don't know how Sadies have got so big though. Mine, they're doing quite good, I think, but they're over a year old, this colony, I think now. Hey, Ants Minnesota as well. Just having a little feed and clean. To be fair, not too much cleaning today. Got the messy ants. And for a while, maybe I'd just been looking at the messy ants and thinking like, oh, when I go to clean, like, it's gonna be messy. But it hasn't actually been. Yeah, the flowers, they are so underrated. They're such like pretty little girls. And their sense of smell as well, like, so there's like none in the outworld, I think, at the minute. And what I'll do is I'll chuck some food in, and then I think I'm gonna have a wee quick. But while I'm having food, like, they come at their sugar like heat seekers. I love it. And they can smell so good. They're like just the ultimate sniffer outers. But I think maybe it's because they live underground, and underground you'd have to like sniff out like, oh, I can smell something. It's like through 4 feet of soil or something. And it's like, oh yeah, there's some sugar like outside, I don't know, for a foot of soil. I can smell it. So maybe you get really good at smelling it. Yeah, I'm gonna go for a wee quick, and I'll mute it. Let's get this in a good position quickly. But the flowers, in a minute, you'll watch them too. In the tube, the smell will like get to them. You can see now they're getting like faster. They're rattling. And then they're like, vroom! Some of them will go for it. Get back in like 2 minutes. I'm back again. Have they done anything yet? I've probably like hyped them up and now they've... Oh no, one of them's out. So go on, girly. Go on. Hey, Ants Minnesota. Yeah, I'm back again. Just went for a wee. It's like, go on, Flavis. Don't make me look like an idiot. Heat seeker, that sugar. She's sniffing. She knows she's going the wrong direction. She's like, nah, it's this way. Yeah, go on. Heat seeker it, my dear. Go on. Go on. Go on. I'm going to quickly go grab myself a cup of hot chocolate as well. I bet. Look at her. She's doing it. She's like, she can smell it. She's on it. Like a little bloodhound. Nearly boiled. Yeah, back. We're good. Sorted. Has she found it? Oh, she better have found it. Yeah, someone in the chat. Has she found it yet? Where's she gone? I can't see her. She's legged it, hasn't she? Oh no, there she is, hidden behind the tube. She knows it's there. That's all that matters. They need a little bit of Morio worm, I think. They can have a little bit. I'll do the Tetramorium by Karen Atom in a second as well. What I'll do is I'll just save like Lasius Niger. I don't know whether to put the Lasius Niger on a diet or not. I think they very much could do with a diet. But I do like them growing so big and it's like, yeah, go natives. And people were like, oh, Lasius Niger, they're not that good. And it's like, oh yeah, but after 2 years you can have a massive colony of Lasius Niger. And they're little war machines as well. They'll have anything. I got a Facata go. Fudge it. You don't really feed the Lasius Niger. Maybe hoover them a little bit. I hoover them every time I do anything and they're always dirty. Favourite ant species that I own is the Proxima, but out of all of them I do like the Polyrhacus upsilon. And any of the other, like, there is a few other, there's another species too, that's a gold, kind of fishhook, girl. I can't remember the name. It might be Z something. But they've also got, like, gold and, fish hooks, basically. So, like, the Polyrhacus proxima with fish hooks. And some of the species are a little bit more golden. These girls can have a good amount of jelly because they'll eat it. Hopefully I didn't land on any of them. This is the heat seekers. Watch them mob the jelly. It doesn't take them long. Oh, they're escaping as well. Get back in. Need to give them a new barrier soon, but... yeah, a bit late for that now. Seem to have eaten all the old food. I know, they're still inside of it. They're getting a bit tricky. These girls will get a bin soon. No, I was thinking I could give them a bin now, but yeah, it's too late. We'll get to the Tetramorium by Karen Atom in a sec. Just top up their water. Managed to steady their growth a little bit, to be fair. I think soon I'll have, what's her faces? Or next year, like, should get loads of elates in this colony. I've half been dieting them, I guess, already. I'll mob the sugar water. I'll leave them out, so in a minute we can come back to them. Oh, the other bin is finished. Lovely. It's like, go on, Lassie, it's now. They are putting on a show. You get back in. I'm going to put the lid on. They've got everything. Well, I can have another Mario one, actually. One isn't enough. Two is. Two would. My hand is already being, like, crawled on by Lassie Snyder, so had the lid open for, like, I don't know, a minute. They're already everywhere. This is why they need a diet. But I don't want to put them on a diet. It's a hard life. They're good ants, though. Let me quickly grab a bowl. Let's grab two. Tetramorium, to be fair, since last time I showed them, they've changed even more. Because I took another brick out, maybe. I think. I quite like their setup at the minute. I kind of think of them as well as like a metaphor for humanity. And they've gone through like their big industrial phase of like almost concrete buildings, and now it's a bit of a mix of architecture. Quickly get some food ready for the TV. Oh yeah, the little nano, the Flavus living. I like the nanos. Just kind of a little test tube holder. Quite good too for like when you want like a tubs and tube setup, but you don't want them to roll around. I bet you could just use blue tack. Oh, they are the coolest animal ones. Definitely. And it's like, I don't know, you name a like a tactic or something of like living, and they're doing it. If there's a way that they can live, they're living it. And it's like, what other animal as well? I guess you get like monkeys and stuff that kind of live off human offerings, like parasites, but you don't get many animals as well where like the parasite is the same species as you. And things like that. Oh no, they should be alright from drowning these. They'll literally mob it though. They'll just like climb on each other to the max. If it was liquid food, they probably would drown, but it's like jelly. So it's not too sinky. But they'll have that down in no time at all. Little destroyers. Oh, it's like not even enough food for the TV. One bowl. It's just not enough. That'll do for them. They can have the rest of the jelly pot as well. Let's go see the Tetramorium by Karen Allen. Okay, oh, we've got Lassie Sniper on the run. He's native, so it doesn't matter. Okay, let's go see the TV. Oh, I've got my hand on the lens. The bin I had, was it yesterday I made? No, Saturday I made the bin video, and there was the 2-day-old bin. Took it out earlier, had no ants in it. It was lovely. Here's the TV in a minute though. Let's have a turn the light downwards. I've started using the holes in the AAC block to put tubes in as well. And a whole 6-tube nest in that one. But I quite like it, and they seem to like it as well because the tubes are packed out. Loads of nice eggs and stuff at the minute too. In a minute I've got to pull out one of these tubes and it's getting sent off. Then they got like the main nest at the bottom, nicely packed out. I stuck some strawberry sugar snaps in earlier. And then they seem to like them. Then it's got this brick. Seems pretty quiet, I guess, this brick, but underneath, like, there's loads. Inside, at the top, empty, but down below. I keep wanting to take it out, but there's thousands of it. You might be able to see them down the back. Oh no, it's quite empty at the minute. Maybe tomorrow I'll be able to, like, nick it out. They're just chilling there. The setup's a bit of a hodgepodge. And they got a little tester nest at the minute actually as well. It's been going quite well. Although because I've turned the heating on, so all of this is at like 27 Celsius or something. There's some more tubes there. They're also full. I've been trying to test out this little nest. It's past the test. It was mostly to see if it was like ant sealed, which it is. But they don't want to live in it too much because the main nest is now 27 Celsius and this one is only like about 18. So they're not the biggest fans. Oh, there's quite a lot of ants in here. So let's see. I hate moving them a bit, but then it's cool when I do. Oh, that's quite quiet at the minute under there. They're probably at the other end. I don't know where they're hiding at the minute. There's quite a lot down there. And some of these things they decided to like live in. And the tubes are solid, dude, rammed. I've been trying to cut them down though. I sent off like, must have been 30 tubes recently. And when I don't know, like, when people are ordering like a small as well, like a small at the minute it's pretty big. It's probably like one of these tubes in size. And how many workers? Many workers. I don't know really, but Sid over at Wakushi, he's really good at doing estimates. And they're nice and generous, I think, too. He'd probably say like 200,000 or something. Anyway, they need some food as well. So good at it. No. Got so distracted that I haven't actually given them their food. Stay blue bag. Quite happy with it now too, because they were in the corner until today, but now I can proper like get into the tank nicely. There is like too many at the minute, so I've kind of controlled their diet a little bit more. So they won't go down in population that much, but they won't go up too much. And then I can just try and send out as many as I can, and yeah. That's it. The bigger these girls get though, like the bigger the colonies I send get. So it's like win-win. They need a bit of hoovering down here. I won't do that tonight, I'll do that tomorrow. Doing good though. Got their jellies now. Got a couple jellies. Yesterday they were all over that pink jelly and now they're ignoring it. And there's an I don't know. I might call it the ruby bar. Or I might call it the iron bar. But that little thing in the middle is like a nest. It's one of these. And they light up as well. So when you put like the fibre optic in them, they glow. And that one is the diamond or something. I don't know. It's white. Iron. And then the green one is uranium. They're doing all good though. Just the TPs, I guess. Yeah, if it was Ants Canada, they'd have a cool name like, I don't know, the Little Red Riding Hoods or something. It's good to have a Lafayette Niger again. Oh yeah. Destroyed. Toilet paper. They probably make good toilet paper. They're noshing. Should have really fed the manicas, but they got a good feeding the other day. I also upgraded them though. Now, my package from Antantics has come, so got fancy plants now. Oh yeah. I do like the new plants. Get your plants from antscapes.co.uk and then use code antimatters as well. You get 10% off. I used the code. But now he's He didn't have it before, but now he's got little things where you can get just mixed cuttings. And I got one of those, and man, I had loads of cuttings. Got so many cuttings that I actually put some in a plant pot because there was too many to fit in the tank, which was wicked. Highly recommend it. They will need some more water soon. I also chucked in the wood lice are still alive in here, and they seem to be like settled in a bit more. And I walked out of the door earlier, turned around, and just stood on the wall was like a jet black wood louse, and I was like, oh, it's one of the ones that roll into a ball, and it was. So I stuck that in as well. Somewhere is one of them cool wood lice. I'm gonna get some more, stick them in. The Manica though, they've been digging like crazy. All of this soil like here is like, it used to be down here, but they've just been digging it from out underneath here, I guess, and sticking it out. England, Mundo, Mundo. But the Manica, they're still alive and stuff. I like this town. Oh, I don't know, it's nice. I like natural setups. I need some more. When I get, soon I think I'm gonna have to make it myself, but I'm gonna get kind of a big set of, what's his names? Like a cabinet-y thing with loads of shelves in it, with loads of doors and stuff. And just make like little segments for all different things. So I have like 3 slots for like natural setups like this, and then 6 like slots for Weaver Outworlds and England, I guess. Yeah, isopods is like the whole big group, and then it's like crustaceans. I think, I don't know, are they crustaceans? I think so. Above isopods, there's probably some more stuff in between. And then like the wood lice are just, yeah, whatever a wood louse is at the time. Oh yeah, wood lice could be British or something. Right, you got your wood lice, roly-poly bugs, or pill bugs, I think they call them in America. Like, oh, it's a pill bug. Oh my god, it's a pill bug. Oh my god. Sorry, Americans. And then roly-poly bugs in some place. Maybe that's like Australia. And then your ting ting roly. Some of them too. Oh, I've watched some of Wild Martin's things, and the names I remembered some of them, but I've forgotten them. M something, Massa. I don't know. M something. I saw it go into a hole then. I'll quickly have a look at the old. Is everything else done? Look at the bloody Fusca there. They're like, oh yeah, here's a good place for a nest. Instead of using the tubes, which have now been disturbed, let's live up on the corners. Yeah, great idea for Fusca. Idiots. Oh, wow, the outer. It doesn't look like there's any near the lid. I think actually. What is? There's one. I was going to say I could take the lid off. A bit dank in there, though. Nice bit of fungus. I'm getting some plants in a bit when I walk the dog. The little outwards doing good. They're all cramped up again. I did have them in like 2 tanks and everything, but it's back to normal. You can see now, actually. You see that worker closest? It's like a little bit browner than the others. And then there's like another ones as well next to her. What? It's weird. All the little girls that hang around the queen, they're like browner. Like she's black. Like she's a jet black Polyrhacus armata. Like same with that girl there, jet black Polyrhacus armata, and the queen, jet black Polyrhacus armata. And then these kids here, little bit brown, very like light brown, that girl. And the one on the side, little bit lighter brown. And they haven't got any eggs or cocoons at the minute. So I don't, well actually, oh. Maybe they got some larvae. But this, I swear, this worker has just been this colour for ages. It's like, what are you doing? Are you an albino? She's just not drying, like. And she might be younger, but she's just not drying out, like, if you get what I mean. But now they're doing it. Look up here. Oh, okay, I see it a second ago now. It's actually a nice amount, I don't know. It looks like there's a nice amount of larvae in that tube against the side. I don't know if it's alive. Yeah, it could be a mutation. Maybe she's like a future guard or something, and they're like, if we live in a brown tree, like you're on duty, you gotta keep an eye on the door. There's another one. Whereas, maybe they got a fungus. Actually. Oh, that's a bad idea. I don't like that idea. To be fair though, some ants, when they get a fungus, they'll change colour. And it's completely harmless in some cases. And the ants will just go for their whole life like a different colour because they're like infected with fungus. It could be that. I think it does something when their kind of skin is drying or developing. It interferes with it. I don't know if this species can do it though. Maybe they are just hiding eggs or something. But it really doesn't look it like. They're not hiding. They're all running around everywhere. A few up here. Weird. Maybe it is fungus. Maybe I should give them some ivy. When I get a weaver set up for them, I'll put some ivy in it, maybe. That'll cure them. Yeah. And then back there's one more. Look at the dives. I'm going crazy. With their shiny butts. They're quite pretty, to be fair, when they got the light on them like that. Oh. Oh, they love their jelly. Hopefully you can go make some more babies. Because you got me worried. Because you're not showing me your little brood. Hopefully it's in there. See how zoomed in we can get. Everybody in! Anyway, I think I'm going to go and quickly have me a cup of hot chocolate and go to bed, I think. Fingers crossed the Polyraxar might start behaving as well. I just don't know what they're up to. Which is weird. And then, oh, the Rastallata, they've woken up, which is nice. Good little girls they are. They're kind of struggling though. I think they're slowly growing, but slow. But then maybe they're just really tricky. I'll just start cold though, and I slowly like turn up the heat. That way, I don't know, it just seems a bit better. And when they start rolling, sometimes it's like, this temperature. If you go the other way, you end up baking them at like 29 Celsius or something, and then it's experiment over. No results. Anyway, I think I'm going to get off there. Hope everyone enjoyed like feeding and stuff with the ants. I enjoyed chatting away with you all. But yeah, thanks for tuning in. I'll catch you all later. And one last, where are the Fakata now? Oh, they're up here. I'm like, where are my nice new ones? There they are. Yeah. Soon I'll have a video on these girls and you can actually like properly see their beauty with the macro lens. Oh, they're beautiful. Lovely colony. Look how many there are. Wow. Anyway, I'll catch you a lot later. Thanks for watching. Bye.